You're listening to an SJC Radio exclusive podcast.
SJC Radio, your school, your sound.
SJC Radio, your school, your sound. We are live in the studio with Patrick White, the director, producer, writer, creator, everything of Murphy's Law. Pat, how you doing?
I am great, Dylan. How are you?
I'm doing well. So this is your first radio interview.
This is my first radio interview, yes.
Well, thank you for losing your radio virginity with us today. We are very happy to have you.
I am happy to have my radio cherry popped with you, Dylan.
Yes. Well, we hope we can do a good job for you and make you enjoy it.
All right. I like where this is going.
Tell us a little about yourself. I mean, who is Patrick White?
Patrick White, there's really not much to know. I mean, I guess I'm just your typical 22-year-old who just happens to be an actor. And, you know, I like going to the gym. So 22-year-old stuff. I like health and fitness. I am always outdoors. I enjoy surfing. I'm not very good. Disclaimer. Snowboarding, hiking. Hiking is fun. I like to do that. I am frequently upstate in New York climbing mountains.
Wow. So it sounds like you're always outside. How do you have time to work on a movie?
You just have to, you have to want it bad enough. I mean, I'm taking some time off of all of that other stuff I enjoy to work on this project,
So tell us a little bit about this project. What is Murphy's Law?
Murphy's Law is the story about my character, Murphy, and basically how his luck just runs out. And for those who don't know, Murphy's Law is the theory that anything bad that can go wrong will go wrong. And basically that's where it happens in this film. Everyone has one of those days where just nothing seems to go right. And that's what happens here with Murphy. He can't catch a break. Some of the situations that he finds himself in are just hilarious from an outside perspective, And basically, watching my character try and figure out what's going on is a part of what helps you relate to him, because in those situations, you genuinely don't understand sometimes how you get through it in one piece, And that is why Murphy's Law is awesome.
Well,
yeah.
We've got more with Pat White coming up in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
You're listening to SJC Radio, the best radio station on Long Island. Wait, what? We're not the best radio station on Long Island? Oh, that's awkward. SJC Radio, the best radio station at St. Joseph's College.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat?
Hey, this is Frankie Muniz, and you're listening to SJC Radio.
We're back in the studio live with Murphy's Law star Patrick White. Pat, now this story is loosely based off of your life, and I was doing some searching and I was doing some reading, and I heard some interesting stories about Patrick White from some of his close friends and family. What's this about a hypodermic needle stabbing you in the buttocks?
It was not my butt.
Okay, that's not what I have here.
That is not what happened.
Okay.
What had happened was I was in high school, and in my English class, for whatever reason, there was a blood drive like a couple days before, so some kid snagged a bunch of needles.
Who are you friends with?
I wasn't friends with him. I don't know who it was. And he made a blow dart and shot me in my thigh in the middle of my English class. And that was fun. They thought I had AIDS for a little bit, but I don't. For everyone listening, I do not have AIDS.
Oh, well, this just in, folks. Patrick White does not have AIDS.
That is a plus, yes.
All right. So that's one story. Will that be included in Murphy's Law?
No.
No?
That is just one of my many redeeming qualities, is not having AIDS.
What about the story of being stabbed in the back with a windbreaker?
That story
is that not included in Murphy's Law either?
That is also not included in Murphy's Law.
Well, what is this windbreaker story?
If you ask any of my friends, they will give you a completely different story. And believe it or not, there was no windbreaker.
What?
Some people are insistent there was a windbreaker, and that's actually a pretty important part of the story, but there was no windbreaker.
What is the story then? For all of our listeners, what is the real story of the windbreaker?
I was skateboarding in front of my house with my friends, and there was a neighborhood kid who was friends with my brother who I guess thought he was ninja-like with a carpenter knife, I guess. And there was a box in front of my house, and he was throwing the knife at it and cutting up the box, and I told him, stop doing that, you're gonna stab somebody.
Oh, okay.
And he got pissy and threw the knife, so I picked it up and I chucked it against the ground, and apparently it was his dad's knife, and I chipped a part of the blade, and that apparently pissed him off, so his choice was to react by turning around and throwing the knife directly into my kidneys.
Wow.
Yeah, I got stabbed in my kidney. That was another example of Murphy's Law at work right there.
Now, you weren't wearing a windbreaker, though?
I was wearing a zip-up sweatshirt.
Sounds like a windbreaker.
You know what? Okay, I was wearing a windbreaker.
No, that is...
It is an important part of the story because everyone, for whatever reason, I don't know why they don't get grossed out by this, but they are always asking me, did it stick in my back?
Okay.
And I don't... For all of you people who had an active childhood, when you're wearing a zip-up jacket / windbreaker... Right. When you go to run, it kind of flaps in the breeze like a cape.
Oh, God.
So when it pinned the knife into my back, it kind of popped it out with the cape / windbreaker /
This is a carpenter's knife.
Yeah, that was...
Was there any concern of, getting a disease from you getting stabbed with a carpenter's knife?
They thought I had AIDS. No, I'm just kidding.
Again with the AIDS.
I guess they gave me a tetanus shot. I don't know. This was a while ago. I mean, the worst experience out of all of that was when I got to the hospital, and instead of, I guess doing what normal doctors do to find out how deep a stab wound is, this nurse thought that the best course of action was to throw gloves on and shove her fingers in my stab wound.
Oh,
So, yeah, I had that nurse. That was my luck.
Wow. That sounds like Murphy's Law.
Yep. There's a lot of stories about how Murphy's Law pertains to my life.
All right, well, we'll hear more about that, and hopefully we'll see some of that in the movie. So we'll be back with Patrick White right after this. We're back with Patrick White here at SJC Radio, your school, your sound. Pat, you hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't scared you too much yet?
No, just a little weird with the touching, but I'm okay.
Who is doing what touching?
You, were... You're not allowed to call me out on radio.
That's all right. That's all right. We're doing well here, Pat. Now, Pat, this is your first time producing, directing, writing, doing all this stuff, right?
It is my first completed script. It is my first time producing, yes, and it is my first time doing all of these things together.
Wow.
So it has been a learning experience, to say the least.
So you started out as an actor, and now you're starting to mold yourself into more of the behind the scenes.
It's not just that. I mean, producing is extremely rewarding in its own. You know, you learn a lot of different processes. You earn a lot of respect for a lot of the jobs that you weren't really aware of when you were in front of the camera. You know, producing, there's so much that goes into pre-production, which is the process that we're still in on Murphy's Law, that you don't know about unless you make yourself aware. So learning about all of that has been an awesome experience. It's been extremely rewarding, and it just makes me want to create this project even more.
Why are you creating Murphy's Law? What did Murphy come from? What is it all about?
As I said before, Murphy's Law is the theory that anything bad that can go wrong will go wrong, and that has been the last year of my life, essentially. And basically, my year started out great, you know, beautiful girlfriend, beautiful job, not really beautiful, it's a nice place, but it's a great place to work, and it seemed like things were going great, and then things started to go wrong. You know, my uncle had passed away, and my father had to go down to Florida for the funeral. And while my dad was away, my mom had gotten sick and was diagnosed with cancer. And on top of all of this, not long after she was diagnosed, I was sitting at a red light and I was T-boned in my brand new car that I just bought. And, you know, things seemed like they were hitting rock bottom, and then my mother passed away. My mom was one of my biggest supporters when it came to my acting, and she would always talk about how proud she was that I was going after what I wanted. And when she passed away, you know, I was sort of in a fog, and writing this story helped me, you know, find my way through that fog. And now I'm bringing to life that story that, you know, it quite honestly helped me fight my way out of depression. And I want to laugh at my pain as well as I want everybody else to laugh at my pain.
Well, we hope to laugh at your pain, not in a mean way, but I'm looking forward to this movie. You said that it was in pre-production. When are we expecting this film to come out?
Right now, with everything that's going on, and hopefully the Kickstarter is successful, we are looking to finish. We'll start principal photography around mid-September. We want to finish principal photography around, I want to say, the first week of October. We want to hope to be almost finished with post-production by the end of the year.
Wow.
We are hoping to be a part of the festival circuit in 2016. You know, we want to submit to a lot of festivals all over the country. You know, the more money that we generate from this Kickstarter campaign, the more festivals we can reach, and the more people get to see the shitty day that I get to have as Murphy.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got more to talk about with Pat White, talking about his Kickstarter. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dave Coulier, and you're listening to SJC Radio. That stands for Super Jock Coulier. No, wait, no it doesn't. Okay, all right, I just told myself to cut it out.
Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a face of somebody who needs you.
Outrageous. Always. Outrage us? Never! We're SJC Radio. Your school, your sound.
We're back with Patrick White here at SJC Radio, your school, your sound. Pat, over the break you were talking about your spirit animal is Matthew McConaughey?
All right. Yes, you heard that right, Dylan. Yes, you did.
All right, so Matthew McConaughey, whatever his name is, and beatboxing? I hear you dabble with some beatboxing.
I've never beatboxed before. That wasn't me.
You just, all over my face, you just spat all over it.
I normally charge people for that, Dylan, so that one's a free.
I'm honored. Now, Pat, I know this isn't your only form of advertising or your only interview. What else do you got planned for Murphy's Law? How do you get it out there?
This is my only scheduled radio interview so far. But I do have some online stuff. There's a couple of online blogs and magazines that are going to have some written interviews with me, and I am also hosting a Twitter Q&A about Murphy's Law Saturday the 18th. And there's some other stuff that may be happening, but it may not be happening, so I'm going to keep those to myself for now.
What's your Twitter handle again?
My Twitter handle is @PatrickWhite_, or you could follow me at the Murphy's Law Movie Twitter @MurphLawMovie.
Right, so you're really working hard to get this out there, huh?
I am. I have not slept more than 4 hours in 25 years. No, I'm kidding.
You never look better.
Thank you.
Doesn't show at all.
It's the red beard. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm working hard. There's a lot more that we have to do, but there has been a lot done already.
Oh, well, we are really rooting for you, and we're excited to see the film. Again, if you want to donate to Pat and Murphy's Law, go to
Kickstarter.com, search Murphy's Law, or you can check it out on my website, PatrickWhiteActor.com, and it will link to the Kickstarter where you can donate, or you could follow me on Twitter @PatrickWhite_.
Terrific. All right, we've got more with Pat White right after this.
What's up? I'm Andy Grammer, and you're keeping your head up with SJC Radio.
You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down,
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
With SJC Radio. SJC Radio, your school, your sound.
You're listening to SJC Radio. Your school, your sound.
SJC Radio, your school, your sound. We're back with Patrick White and Murphy's Law. Pat, everyone wants to support you. How can we go about doing it? How can we donate? How can we help?
You can go to my website, PatrickWhiteActor.com, and you can find out more about the project. It links to the Kickstarter, where you guys can give me your money if you want to see this project get made. The budget is not a substantial budget. You know, we're trying to work with as little as possible to get it done, but still given a quality project. You know, we just really want to make a great film. Yeah, you know, it's a great project. You know, there's a lot here for everyone to enjoy. It's funny. My character, Murphy, you know, he finds himself in a lot of funny situations we can all relate to at some point or another. You know, it's not only that. There's so much that can be done to make this project, you know, a huge success, and who doesn't want to be able to say that they're a part of something like that from the very beginning?
Well, what's the plans for Murphy's Law? So you put on a great movie, everyone's enjoying it. What's the plan? Where do we hope to take this movie?
Well, you know, the money that we are getting from the Kickstarter is going to allow us to shoot on a great camera, give you guys great quality film, some great audio, and we want to be able to get some great minds involved behind the camera. A lot of this is also going to allow us to submit to festivals. You know, I touched on that before. The more money we raise, the more festivals we can, you know, submit to and get a part of, and the more people that we can reach. You know, we also plan to, after the festival circuit, if Murphy's Law is received as well as we hope it will and we think it will be, then we plan to adapt Murphy's Law into a series. There's so much that we can do with it, you know, as far as a series. We already have plenty of ways to continue this story, so we would love to have you guys laugh at my pain for more episodes to come.
Well, Pat, we thank you very much for being here today, and we look forward to hearing more about Murphy's Law. If you have any questions or you want to donate, go to Pat's website at
PatrickWhiteActor.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at PatrickWhite_, and you can check out Murphy's Law on Twitter at MurphLawMovie.
Well, this has been an SJC exclusive with none other than Patrick White. Pat, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Dylan. I've had a blast. This was a lot of fun.
Great. Well, we look forward to hearing great things from you.
All right.
All right. This is SJC Radio, your school, your sound. Patrick White, thanks again.
This has been an SJC Radio exclusive podcast.
SJC Radio, your school, your sound.